Do you know how to work out, but sometimes you just don't have the motivation to do it? On this episode of the Superhero Forge podcast, I reveal my framework I use with every client to get an awesome workout each and every time. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Superhero Forge podcast. This is Troy Bushido, bonafide geek cosplayer, Dungeons & Dragons player, and a veteran personal trainer. And we're here to give you simplified and empowering fitness and nutrition advice for your fellow geeks, gamers, and cosplayers. Just as a reminder, a lot of these videos are recorded in a podcast style format, so feel free to just listen in on today's episode and put your device down while you do other things such as cook, clean, work out, or geek out. So today's episode is about motivation. It's about getting it done. It's about that discipline, is what some Navy SEALs like to call it. It might sound like Jocko Willink on the mic right now. You got that discipline. I was part of the Navy SEALs in Fallujah. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about motivation. Let's talk about getting momentum. Let's talk about beating the slump. The reason why I created this framework to help everyone get out of their slump is, well, I had clients and I give them the best workout program I could give that had all the workouts, all the exercises, the formatting, the periodization, the sets and reps, and the work and the exercise lingo, everything they needed on a technical level to get a great workout and help them hit their goals. But sometimes the problem doesn't come from the program. A lot of times the problem comes from just getting the program started. If you are a beginner or even an intermediate and sometimes even an advanced exerciser and you're trying to get in shape or trying to get back in shape, maybe you did a program in the past and you stopped, you got bored of it, you got hurt or just lost mojo in some way, shape, or form.
I've lost my mojo!
So what I did to help everyone out was I retooled and overhauled my entire sense of workout programming. Meaning, what I thought was great workouts on a technical level, on a theoretical exercise science level, I retooled to make on a consistent level. Meaning, for a lot of us, we need to win the battle of consistency before we start winning the battle of badassery. Like, everyone wants to be awesome. Everyone wants to be in awesome shape. Everyone wants to be the greatest. And it takes a lot of work to be awesome. And it isn't hard work. It isn't the intensity of work. It isn't kicking your own ass in the gym as many times as you can that will get the results. A lot of times the results come from just showing up. A lot of times the results come from the consistency of showing up, from going back to basics but doing it on a more frequent basis. Say doing a little bit of something every day instead of 2 ass kicker workouts a week. So with the thought of consistency in mind at the forefront, I created a framework that I use on most, if not all, of my fitness programming. Fellow coaches, if you want to rip this off, by all means. And for those who try to create their own program, use this as a framework to make yourself stay consistent. And if you need more help on creating a program, we have coaching programs at Superhero Forge. I'm sure I have a link somewhere in the description. But anyway, the framework I give all my clients and most of my own workouts is a framework I call M2M. Minimum to momentum. That's the format. Now, what is M2M? What is minimum to momentum? It is a way that I put the exercises in order based on what I predict will give you momentum. And along the way, I have little breaks in the workouts from where if you start the workout and you really don't feel it, it's not a good day, you're really not feeling it, you could get off. It's like a bus stop or a train stop. Let me explain in deeper detail. If you only work out when you're motivated, you'll never get in your best shape. Because if we only do things when we feel like doing it, we don't gain that momentum. We don't give our bodies time to adapt to the new norm. And I'm telling you, consistency beats intensity every single time. With the M2M method, this makes sure you're always doing a workout no matter how motivated you feel. The method also streamlines the workout process so you're not spending hours in the gym. And it also gives you an out if you're just going through the workout and it ain't doing it for you. So, the basics of the M2M workout is broken up into 3 parts. Part 1 is called the warm-up and the state change. So, let's say you're going to the gym and you just are not feeling like it. You don't feel like getting a good workout and you're tired, you're lethargic, you're depressed, you're something. The first thing in M2M is to extend the warm-up and give yourself a chance to change your mental and emotional state. So, you're going to crank up the cardio just a little bit longer. You're going to add a few active stretches instead of just static stretches. And most important of all, you're going to have a workout playlist in your smartphone, headphones on, earbuds on, and you're going to crank it up. You want to have a playlist that aligns with your ideal self. Everyone has an alter ego of a dark side, a shadow, a person who, preys on your insecurities. But everyone's got a hero persona as well. I truly believe that. What would your hero persona listen to? Now, everyone's playlist is going to be different, but get a good amount of music in that playlist. And for 15 minutes, give yourself the active stretches, the cardio, and the time to change your state. Now, one of 2 things are going to happen after part 1. You're either going to feel like crap still, and you feel maybe even more tired than you walked in, and you feel kind of detached. That's okay. Maybe you just take another 5 to 10 minute walk and then leave. At the very least, you had 15 to 25 minutes of exercise in that day, and you get a win. A small win, but a win's a win's a win. But I got a feeling after you complete part 1, you're going to feel a bit better. You're going to have a little bit more energy in you, and you're going to have a better state of feeling or a state of mind. That's when you do part 2, the main exercise. The main exercise is more times than not a compound or power or activity-based exercise that is like the fundamental, the base of your workout cake. So let's say you're trying to get stronger. A lot of times that strength exercise is going to be a compound exercise like a squat, a deadlift, a bench press, a push-up, a pull-up, something that hits a lot of muscle at once. It's heavy, it's strenuous, and it takes a lot of effort to get done and get done in a very powerful fashion. So, this part is going to last another 10 to 15 minutes. You crank out more times than not 4 to 5 sets of this strength builder. For some of you hardcore gym rats, maybe you've heard the term 5x5, 5 sets, 5 reps. It's just an example. You could still do 4x8, you could still do all sorts of things. But the point being, you're going to have a compound exercise, and you're going to be devoted to that compound exercise, and you do sets and reps and try to get stronger. Now, another 10 to 15 minutes later, you're done with part 2. And you probably would have spent between 25 to 35 minutes in the gym. Now, once again, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either 1, you got to cut and run. Maybe you're not feeling good. Maybe you're not feeling as energetic. Maybe you did all that and you're just still kind of meh. In that case, you leave. Maybe you press for time. Maybe you just have to go for any extenuating circumstance. Again, you are leaving, but you're taking the win. Now, another thing could happen. You could be even more energetic than you walked in. You could even feel even stronger than you walked in. Maybe you went through 2 parts of that workout and you're like, I just might as well finish. I still feel like shit, but I'm probably going to feel less like shit if I finish. Why? Because momentum is now on your side. You can cut and run, or you can take advantage of any momentum you have built. So, part 3. Everything else. Everything else is going to be different for each person's goal and each person's fitness program. If you have more of a muscle building goal, this is what we call accessory exercises, smaller exercises that supplement the bigger exercise. For example, if you had a leg day and your main strength builder is the squat, you then would be doing exercises such as the glute bridge, the Romanian deadlift. If you use machines, you can use the leg extension or the leg curl, the glute kickback, or any other smaller version of a lower body exercise to supplement the big strength one. Now, a lot of times with accessory exercises, I like doing them in supersets and circuits, meaning I do one set of one exercise, another set of another exercise, so on and so forth, depending on how many exercises I get. What this does, it saves time and takes advantage of that momentum and keeps you moving. Some people take this to a higher extreme and start doing circuit training, where you do the accessory exercises at a faster pace, thinking of raising the heart rate while working the muscles. A lot of members of the Forged Heroes League see these workouts done in their programs, and it's, like I said, one of the main ways I program for them. This ensures that you're going to be in and out of the gym between 35 and 45 minutes. Boom! Done! Put these three parts together depending on how much time you have, what your program is, and how much time you have available. You would have gotten a great workout in, a momentum building workout in between 35 to 60 minutes. A+. Now, as you can see with this type of method, you have bus stops at any point of the workout to call it quits. But because you did the exercises in a specific order that builds upon the previous parts, more likely than not, you're going to build momentum to complete a great workout. Now, no matter if you stopped at part one or if you did all three parts, you walk away feeling pretty good, feeling like you did something. And if it wasn't as much as you thought it was going to be, then know that you could always come back that next workout day and see how you feel and get after it again. Maybe you complete 2 parts, or then maybe you complete all 3. But the point being, you're never going to have a day break. And you're never going to create negative momentum, which is, hey, let's miss a day. Oh, that day was a Friday. Okay, we'll start again next Monday. 2-3 days later, oh, it's next Monday. Ah, man, this is not a good day. Okay, we got to miss a day. Oh, it's Tuesday. You know what? Nobody ever starts a program on Tuesday. We're going to start next Monday. 7 days turns into 14 days, turns into a month. 6 months later, you're wondering why you haven't been in a workouts. You see, momentum is created in any direction life goes. If you let life do its thing, it's gonna spin you into momentum that serves it. You have the power to create momentum for yourself. You got to get it started, and once you do, let the momentum flow. Now, if this video is helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel on YouTube. If for some reason you heard this on a podcast platform like Spotify, go ahead and follow us on Spotify. Be sure to also follow us on Instagram at superhero.forge. That's the most active short-term social media we have right now. And if you feel like seeing a version of this live, go ahead and look over our programs down in the descriptions below. But always remember, you have the power to be the hero of your world. This has been Troy Bushido, and I'll talk to you soon.